11 out of 12 players on the right teams and in the server, so it looks like we're about to start on Logjam.
Also, Sorrow doesn't seem to be playing in this game. X-Ray
No.
is, however, playing Scout instead.
X-Ray's murking for him.
And if you would look at the stats, I don't want to obviously call the guy out, but I would say he's pretty out of his depth when put next to the scouts of Animate. Whereas I wouldn't say Sorex is at all.
Having very good games.
Sorex isn't at all though. I'd say Sorex was a lot of the time kind of let back down by his team a little bit. Wasn't a lot of pressure from. Like the moment when they all turned round and they were staring at the guy that was behind, it was just one person and it wasn't a big deal. As long as you know he's there, you can go forward. But Sorex had a full buff, couldn't go forwards because they could just look at him and click him, and he ended up dying. And I think that probably happened quite a few times. And look at his damage as well. Like he got more damage than both of the scouts on the other team, and those two scouts played really well. So unlucky, really. I would have liked to see how it would have been with Sorrow, but oh well.
Yeah, and so. All players are in now, and it's just a matter of time until they're ready up and get going. What's your prediction for Logjam, having seen Snakewater? Give me a score prediction.
I would actually say after that, 5-0 again, because I feel like one of the biggest deals in this team that I wasn't really paying that much attention to. I did mention obviously that he's a good demo, but I think I was more focused on the scouts and sniping ability and stuff like that. I'd say now, considering the fact that they don't have Sorrow, and also considering the fact that Sparadra is doing work, I think on these mids, he's going to absolutely ruin people, because...
Logjam mid, very good for demos, of course.
Yeah, exactly. He's basically just going to have a really, really good time just spamming across into a relatively uncoordinated team, I think, and he's going to have a really good time of just getting free damage, basically, even more so than on Snake, because on Snake, you can get some damage, like you have to aim at relatively different places, like if there's a soldier top right and people across point, but on this mid, it's pretty easy to spam in one direction and get a lot of damage onto a lot of people, I think. So, yeah, I'd genuinely say about 5-0, maybe 6-1, maybe, it might be a little bit closer, but I really don't think that they really have a chance without Sorrow, honestly.
I reckon we might see this one go to time. Just because of how stalemated Logjam has the potential to be. I think Animate will take it comfortably, but I think we could see like a 4-0 half-hour victory.
Yeah, I know what you mean,
something
yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, I'd say that I don't think that that Saloon.tf are going to take a round, but I also don't necessarily think that the Animate are going to cap that many rounds either. I'd say that they're going to win with a 0 score in the other team, but not necessarily as many caps as 5-0.
Shout out to XL, just realised he's being streamed. And it looks like we are starting now. So Connor, first mid's all yours, take it away.
No problem, I'm going to watch Jackie Legs as well cause, on this mid. I think he's going to do work, honestly, or if anyone's going to do work on this team, from what I saw the last map, it's going to have to be the roamer, which is Jackie Legs. And he did a relatively fast rollout. He missed a little bit of a jump on the last bit now. He's going to jump forwards, but he doesn't really seem to really get that much position at all. He's getting damaged really heavily, and he's going to just have to leave immediately. So I'm going to switch off him. It looks like the red team actually have a little bit of a better position right now, but they're not really thinking about the soldier. But the soldier pulls out on the bottom left. Not really that much danger coming from the blue team, and they're kind of getting caught out, to be honest. Nucky just died as well. Ryder died as well. That's 2 people dead for the blue team. It just looked like they were all sort of having different ideas of when they should leave and when they should stay in.
I think also Jackie Legs bombing in, from what I saw from watching his cam, Fragmented focused like a good 3 or 4 stickies onto that roamer, and didn't even get the kill off it. So that was a, sorry, not Fragmented, Sparadra.
Yeah.
So that was a crucial factor there, just meaning that there was a lot less damage coming out of him in general. Uber's exchanged on the second point, but Jackie Legs seemingly the only casualty of that. But yeah, and all like I think Jackie Legs' contribution on that mid was actually a lot bigger than I realised at first, because as a distraction play, it was top nolity or top quatch, top quality.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I feel like you're just inventing words to explain how extreme
That's
the quality
just how
was,
good it
you know?
was. Just how good it was.
Yeah, I would agree, to be honest. Nucky actually just walked in and died there a little bit ago for absolutely no reason, it seems. He just thought, you know what, I'm just going to walk into this full team. Doesn't even go off class either. Like, it wasn't even like a suicide play. I don't know what on earth he was thinking. Doesn't really matter that much, though, because this map, again, is really difficult to push into. I don't think they realise that they have this advantage that they have. It's only a small one, so I wouldn't imagine that they would realize that. They're going to push in now. They're going to have to get a force off. It looks like they're going to send Jackie Legs in. He doesn't get the force, though. He doesn't really get much done at all, actually. He ends up dying, and that means that Saloon.tf just want to play a little bit more safe. Omrish is playing quite far forward, just in case someone overextends like they did before. And now that the blue team's actually pushing in right now, a lot of damage onto the soldier that's bombing, and there's some really good stickies as well. But it doesn't really seem like either team's really getting anything done. There's just 2 people down, and now finally Saloon.tf are getting really, really pressured. Winko doing some really good work to kill that soldier. Fragmented goes down though from Jackie Legs on the back of that, which is him spawning and just jumping in as soon as he should do. And Torsen trying to walk in on the side as well and do something, but he doesn't manage to get the medic. He only manages to get a scout. And
jumping over rockets nicely there.
But even then, like even after that pick, it didn't really matter because the people that were alive still for Jackie Legs' team were just not in the best position in the world, and because of that, they just got out the end, basically. And, I mean, now they're in not the worst position in the world, but they also don't have their second point, which they should really have had, considering the fact that they just got a medic. But yeah, I mean, pretty much equal Ubers now, though.
Yeah, even Ubers, and, I mean, I guess Torsen's now starting to build with Fragmented. Bar running away with it a little bit, though, which won't really matter. If Fragmented had been to run away with it, that would have potentially made a big impact, because if he could just, you know, dot push it, could have potentially caught Bar without Uber. But as it stands, it looks like teams are maybe we'll see a suicide in from blue team for pick class. What do you reckon?
I would imagine Nucky's probably going to walk in out of anyone that's going to walk in this team, or they're going to look on either side and they're going to see if anyone's overextending a little bit, try and get a pick with the combo classes. But I don't really think anyone's going to do that from the red team, so
both scouts off-classing on red as well. You've got Sorex on the engineer and X-Ray on the heavy. Just going to take a look at the sentry. Oh, there goes the dispenser. I'm just going to take a look at the sentry. It's a level 3 and it's sitting behind that wall. Uber is used in from blue team, but already it's going to be too late for them to get much done here. That sentry is actually a really nice spot. Very difficult for the demo to spam. And that's going to cover the point. So because that Uber was popped early, you could tell right from the start they weren't going to win the round there, because the Uber was going to fade much too fast for them to get the sentry with it. And at that point, taking that sentry down was going to be a really difficult task. So a nice sentry position from Sorex. Really good defense over that last point, and Uber's reset. Fragmented now actually with about a 20% advantage, so we will see if he can make anything of that. Losing it quickly though to Bar, who seems to be building, although Fragmented himself has started building as well. So if they dot push this, they could make something happen. X-Ray on the spy. So I'm going to get on his cam.
He dies immediately.
Oh, there we go. He's dead. Never mind X-Ray's cam.
That was, I mean, I kind of like this spot. If you're going to be an NG, that is a good spot to have your sentry. However, I also think it's really quite easily spammed. Not quite as easy as on some other maps, but if they just get Uber and they go through the sneaky bit, they can spam it before even having to Uber, and with both soldiers. And as long as they use both, it really won't, like, be that difficult. And they're trying to do it now, but they're Ubering pretty late. The sentry does
go down.
So, I mean, that's alright, but they really don't have that much position afterwards. So, I mean, that sentry did its job, it did the distraction, and they had to Uber while doing it, so it wasn't really as good as they'd hoped. Which means now they're going to lose 2 people, and that's 2 soldiers, which is a massive deal, honestly. That being said, this is Logjam, the worst map ever created, so it's going to be pretty awful for people to walk forwards and actually do anything. However, Sorex does get fragmented on the back of that, which is awesome. And then Nucky gets a headshot on the bar!
Grimy.
Oh, man.
Really big plays coming out, so that's gonna Red are gonna retake second, but they're no longer gonna have that Uber advantage that they would have had otherwise. And Ryder a bit caught in. Gonna trade with XL, that's a favourable trade for him. Roma for a demo. Take that every day of the week. Looks like it's gonna be reset, even Ubers again. Animate sitting on mid, and the sort of slight stalemateness of Logjam is coming out in full force here.
Indeed, there is a sniper on blue still, so he's going to be classic Nucky and is going to be really offensive all the time. He's going to just walk in wherever the hell he wants and try and get picks, and if people don't shut him down, he's going to get some work done. However, he should get shut down, honestly, because where he is right now, for example, is an absolute joke of a spot, and someone should be on him, like, someone should be killing him, but it doesn't look like blue, or not blue, red want to kill him. Instead, they're going to just be really, really far back. The blue team's going to push into them, and Sparrowdrive's jumping on the point. He's got a pipe onto the demo, so the demo's only like 60 HP, and he should go down. And he does actually end up going down as well, but because of the really bad positioning for the rest of the combo, no one was really sticking with Sparrowdrive, and everyone just stood in a ditch effectively. That meant that the medic went down, the Soli went down, and then obviously Sparrowdrive is going to go down. As soon as those 2 people go down, he doesn't really have that much protection, and 5 people down for the blue team, make that 6. The only person that went down for that was the demo man. That was... It could have been better if they got better position, but they just didn't.
And Sparrowdrive setting up some stickies on that fence on second, and then standing very far back. He's can't be too careful, because if he goes down here, if him or Fragmented go down, that could be a wrap.
Indeedy. I'm watching Ryder jump right side right now. He's going to put a little bit of spam into the soldier on the right, but it's not really going to get that much done. He's going to bomb forward and actually spam a really nice rocket onto the medic, which makes the medic so weak.
2 nice rockets.
And the medic somehow doesn't die. That was really well
30
played.
HP.
That was very, very good dodging from Bar, honestly. Like, he should 100% have died, but that was really nice. Which now means that they're actually going to get some picks. They're also going to lose a couple of people, but considering that they actually have a little bit of a better position right now, and they've just popped an Uber, they should be getting these picks, but they're not.
Sparrowdrive goes down, which is a nice pick, but Jackie Legs has to go down as well, and Fragmented is going to get this Uber soon, surely. Yeah, he's just hooked up with a soldier again, and that's going to mean that if blue team can't find a way out of last, that Uber advantage is going to be completely useless. So it looks like they're going to try and do exactly that. Fragmented walking out here onto the point, Torsen gets on the point, and red team not going to try anything, smart enough to know that they have the full Uber disadvantage, and that if they were to contest that, they would most likely all die. So
Nucky just tried to, before he was trying to get onto the point on his own before everyone else pushed in, and he actually missed pretty much every single shot on Winco, I believe it was, and ended up on 4 HP, but he actually ended up living anyway because no one really chased him and everyone had to leave. And now there's 2 picks coming out from the blue team. That's to make that 3. That's 2 soldiers down and the demo man. That's absolutely massive picks. That basically means that not only are they going to get this mid,
goes the scout as well,
but they're also going to get on this point. And as long as Sparrowdrive gets focused, yeah, I think his combo has a little bit of a problem when it comes to actually following him. When he's walking forwards, he's being as aggressive as he really needs to be, but he's not getting really that much support. It might I mean, it could be his mistake. Who knows? I'm not really sure how the comms are. We don't have those, but they're going to push into this last anyway. They're going to go for the medic immediately from Ryder. That was a really well played bomb from him, and he actually ends up getting the force off, which is absolutely what they need. And because of that, now not only did they have the 4th point, but they also have a 60% advantage, or a 50% advantage rather. So as long as they build this properly,
for a round to Animate.
Indeed, I mean they should be able to push this. But again, this is Logjam, so who even knows, man? Who even knows?
Anything can happen. Pyro comes out unsurprisingly from X-Ray. So opting to stand quite far back, not trying to predict where blue team are going to push from. Just wants to play it safe and get a bit of a denial rather than gambling on a complete denial or nothing at all. Soldier comes in, nice reflect. Keeps pushing that combo back. Really well played from X-Ray, just neutralizing a lot of that Uber. 80% Uber on bar as well, but it's not going to matter.
No one focuses the point, honestly. There were people fighting, but no one really got on it, and they were going to lose that anyway. They had a disadvantage. I mean, as long as they got on the point, it was most likely that they were going to die anyway from the stickies of Sparrowdrive or the spam of the soldiers. So well played to Animate to get around there. Pretty much what we said, to be honest. I'm going to watch Sparrowdrive on this mid. He's pretty much going to just take a health pack pretty much for free. He's going to get one little bit of damage onto him. He's actually getting spammed by the Roma on the right side, so that's really well played from him. That's going to make him pretty much not able to walk into the fight, but he's doing some really good damage anyway. That being said, he's not really going to be able to follow it up, and everyone dies pretty much.
Lost 3 teammates.
3 people dead, including Fragmented, actually. Fragmented dies, which means there is an advantage on the red side, and Bar is in a pretty safe position. I mean, he's pretty much got nothing to worry about. As long as he gets this Uber and doesn't overdo it and walk into dangerous things right now, he should be okay. But the scout, he did exactly as I said. He walked right into dangerous things. That was well played from Nucky. He was on the, I think he was on the bit above the, on the roof bit that's above the lobby bit, you know?
Yeah.
I think he was hiding there and he just dropped down and 2-shot him. Absolutely no problem.
And that's unfortunate because that could have been a round basically for free for Saloon.tf. With second point would have been theirs, and they would have had a full Uber advantage to push last with. After, you know, a very nicely turned around mid, well come back after that after that round loss.
Excel's behind
but
him doing a lot of damage though. He's actually
gets
walking in and
fragmented.
right clicking. No one even seems to realize that he even exists, and he just
Trades for the medic, so Boa has the Uber advantage once again. It's going to end up probably at around a 40-45% advantage by the time Fragmented gets healing. So that's gonna allow them to push back into this midpoint, certainly, once they get their Uber. 2 down for both teams, but I don't think it's going to matter unless Torsen looks like he wants to come in. He knows Boa has the Uber advantage and he wants to try and take it out of him. Bounces him up against the roof and takes him out. Very good play from Torsen. So only XL and Jackie Legs left up for Saloon. And Jackie Legs not left up for much longer. Sparadra with a nice long-range sticky onto him. And it looks like, though, Animate eSports, are going to respect the spawners from Saloon.tf. And they're just going to sit back on their midpoint, not going to try anything. Fairly smart move, in my opinion. I don't think they would have gotten that point if they'd gone for it.
Yeah, and not only that, but they are 1-0 up, and they don't really have to risk very much. Now they're going to rotate into cave because they haven't really been seen there yet. But they have 95%, so they're going to get it pretty much at the second that they come out of this cave, and there's no sniper or anything to really do anything to them before that they push out this. And they get forced very, very early, so this is pretty good for the red team, I think. They're going to lose the second point, but never mind, they actually end up losing both the demo and the soldier. And the soldier's coming out to get something done as well. He could pretty much die, like, quite easily. He actually seems to get out.
Animate trying to capitalize on the picks.
And
they're just going to get that round.
That was a bit weird. I mean, it was ideal, really, for Saloon.tf there. They were happy with the fact that they got their force, and then people just overextended, and they ended up losing the most important people that you need on the last, the Demo Man and I think the Pocket died as well, which is really not good.
I'm gonna take a look at XL on this mid. Arrives basically the same time as Sparadra. Trade some stickies with him, just dotting around a bit. Put some stickies on lower, but it doesn't look like anyone's gonna go there, so that's a sticky wasted. His team trying to get a bit of positioning across the point. They've got a soldier far forward in the other team's shed. And Jackie Legs will get Nookie in that shed. So now there's a soldier behind against Animate eSports, and that's going to be a massive inconvenience for them. Nice pipe from XL, down from above onto Sorax. And all players basically very low right now, but Winko and Sparadra are the only ones left alive in their team. Winko goes down, so it's only Sparadra. Going to try and make something happen, spam some stickies up onto the point, gets X-Ray, but will get shut down by
Omrish. As well. He even got a pipe after that, just before he died. He's been hitting some really good stuff. He even hit a pipe onto the Demo Man that was going for his medic and took that Demo Man down to 5 HP. Even though that was a really good play from XL, it was also really nice from Sparrow. Really unfortunate that he didn't get that kill and save his medic, and that the medic actually ate that pipe at the last second. I think that was kind of just relatively poor dodging from Fragmented when he should have known that Demo was bombing him. He could have dodged that pipe really easily, to be honest, but either way, it's going to be more or less equal, with the red team having a slight Uber advantage. Neither team actually has the Uber yet, though, so if someone goes really aggressive onto the red team now who's pushing in, they're going to just get free picks, and that ends up being the Demo Man, which is a huge pick.
There you go, XL.
It was just the overextension already. Like, they need to wait to get the Uber and just chill out. They have plenty of time on this map still where they can win these rounds. They don't need to lose people like that. That being said, they don't lose anyone else, and they're going to push in now without their Demo Man. They're going to walk behind them, and Sparadra gets completely caught out of guard, off guard there, and ends up just dying. And so does Torsen, even though the Uber gets popped for Fragmented, which was kind of
dropping a couple of players. Yeah,
and
then goes down himself at the end of the Uber, probably as a result, partially of all those dropped players. Not enough people left to protect him.
That was a bit like, I don't know, the team's just
scrappy.
Yeah, none of them really had a clue that people could maybe come from behind them. And when they actually realized that, it seemed like Fragmented kind of panicked, popped, and then didn't even try his best to connect. Maybe he got pushed out of the way so that he couldn't reach the person that he tried to save after Sparadra died. But I mean, oh well. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, because again, the Ubers are relatively equal with a slight advantage towards the red side. If the red side doesn't play this absolutely perfectly, they won't really get around out of this. And they are 2-0 up right now, Animate. So they are in a position where they can make some mistakes, and it won't be a massive deal as long as they don't have like a huge disadvantage. That being said, it looks like the red team, Saloon.tf, are just building way better, and now they have a bigger advantage than they did in the first place. They even had time to push in, and now they're going to go top right. They're going to focus this heavy as much as they can. The heavy's going really, really low, but isn't going down. Finally, he goes
Sentry goes down. They really need to get that medic, though, because and Fragmented gets Uber, but X-Ray just says, screw your Uber, I'm going to stand on the point, play the objective, and win the round. Good awareness from him to see that that was a possibility, and poor play from Animate to not realise and just allow him to do that. So this mid's all yours. Take it away.
I really didn't expect that from that team, to be honest. I thought that they were going to lose that round, or defend that last. But either way, I'm going to watch Ryder in this mid. He's going bottom right now. He's going to pretty much just get focused really quite heavily. Like, he's 40 HP, 13 HP. He's going to probably end up going down, but he gets a really nice rocket onto X-Ray. X-Ray goes down, which means even though he got focused that much, he just got so much. He did pretty much more than his job. And now he's going to bomb onto Medic and get a really good rocket onto him. 2 rockets onto him. He goes down. Really well played from him. And he's going to get some really nice rockets onto the enemy roamer as well.
And Ulrich goes down.
Everything dies pretty much. There's one scout up. He's going Engineer. But I don't think he's going to have time. I feel like Engineer's an absolutely poor choice right now. I mean, Heavy's a good choice.
Heavy would be much better, yeah.
Yeah, they have a Heavy now. Sorex has gone up on Heavy, but the NG just isn't a good idea, I don't think.
Goes back in spawn. I would say maybe Pyro might not be a bad idea here, but...
They absolutely need a Pyro, but, I mean, it looks like they're going really aggressive with this Heavy for some reason as well, but the Heavy doesn't actually end up getting focused that much yet.
popped on top left.
They're going to be, pretty much just focusing the point really heavily. There's Sparrow's putting loads of stickies onto the point, but so is XL, but there's only 2 people up now. XL's on 29, Bar's on 23. They're just going to get this, no problem.
There's the round. Animate, after losing a round, decides to go try-hard mode and just took that round in absolute record time. A really strong round from them. So I'm going to be on the Jackie Legs cam this mid. See if he goes for that fast rollout, the double ramp slide up through that shed area. He's got his full buff, he hits the first one, and doesn't quite get the second one. It looks like he was going for it. He's going to get on top of the shed and jump over to the other shed, and just spam some rockets into the enemy combo. Sitting quite passive on this mid. Waits for the other roamer to jump, and Torsen takes down Omrish in the meantime. Jackie Legs with a really opportunely timed jump. Unfortunately for him, the enemy medic moved out of the way, and while all that was going down, XL and Sorex both went down as well. So that's 3 picks onto Saloon.tf in that 4 now, and that all-crucial third pick prompted them to get out of mid. They were very good at doing that very quickly, but obviously that means that mid is going to go to Animate eSports, and Jackie Legs dies very late there. Unfortunate for his team, because obviously now he'll respawn late as well.
Not only that, but that also means that he can't get the force out, and he's pretty much the ideal person to do that. That being said, that they push really, really aggressively, and Torsen jumps in very, very far, right past the Pyro. The Pyro isn't able to do anything. He ends up going down. Just not ideal, really. And now Torsen's pretty much got like all the HP he needs, even, and he's just gonna get on the point and no problem.
Really good play from the blue team.
Pushing
right in, they had about a 15% advantage. They knew it, and they went straight for that medic right onto Bar and took him down before he got the Uber, ensuring that there'd be no invulnerability to protect against them.
That was very well played on the mid, by the way, from the soldiers on blue team. I watched both of them, and they just really coordinated at the same time. Torsen ends up getting the picks, but Ryder also did absolute work from where he went. So I would keep an eye on him from this. He's been playing really well, I think. Ryder's going to bomb in now. He's going to get absolutely ruined by both Omrich and X-Ray there, honestly. Like, completely cast his curse there, I think. Winko's going to get a free pick onto the soldier. Nuki gets X-Ray on the flank. And then also Jackie Legs dies really, really late as well. Bar and Sorex are up. But the medic goes down. The medic goes down on blue team. Sorex walks in and gets a pick, which could be their saving grace, depending on what they really play this as. And it doesn't look like they're going to really go that aggressive onto the 4th point of the blue team. They're going to walk on it now. Sparrow's going to go forward, and that will mean that they're definitely going to get that point. But that being said, it looks like red team want to be a little bit aggressive with this. They want to get a force out. Jackie Legs isn't even the guy that's jumping forward. Instead, Omrish is for some reason. I don't really know what's happening there, but
he's had enough.
They do have an
to
advantage.
Roma.
They have Uber now. But they're going to push in, absolutely no problem. And that being said, it is really dangerous for them. They have to make sure that this soldier that bombs doesn't get the force off. And he doesn't. That's really well played from Bar to hold that and to dodge in the first place. That was really good. Jackie Legs is doing exactly what he should be. He was jumping forwards, shooting them so that they were pressured and we could get the second point. And they got the second, no problem. They got a pick onto Winko as well. He's going to bomb in and keep being this annoying roamer that everyone has to deal with. That being said, the scout goes for the medic, does get a really good amount of damage, but doesn't manage to get the pick. Well played from him in the first place. There's a crit! The crit gets X-Ray, doesn't seem to get much else. It gets Jackie Legs, that's 2 good picks.
Sparrow forgot he had crits for a second and was like, you know what, I'm just going to sticky jump here, and then realised afterwards. Just spamming some pipes out, but they didn't crucially get the get the pick onto Bar with that, although it won't matter because Bar was very low Uber anyway, and so they're still going to have crits advantage. And it looks like, yeah, Omrish will go down, so that's going to be Saloon.tf forced out of this mid. It's not a great position for them to be in, because now, not only do Animate have this midpoint, they have about a 30% advantage on crits versus Uber. So if they can get that med with this, that'll allow them to just build that crits again and go straight into last with crits versus nothing. Crits is used rather strangely, missed sticky as well from Sparadra, and no picks with that crits Krieg.
To be honest, it kind of had to be. They saw the opening when they were on right side, and they need to use the crits early enough so that they don't get the Uber. And if you look at how much Uber they have now, they were worried that they were going to get the Uber soon, and they needed to use that crits. And it was unfortunate that it didn't really happen, but they really needed to. Torsen actually jumps onto the point, gets some valuable cap time, but ends up getting picked as well. Winko does actually get someone on the left side. It doesn't seem like anyone's really paying attention to him. He gets a lot of cap time. Does end up going down as well, but that also means that this team has to worry about the last a little bit, which means if they send out every single person, there could be the sort of back cap, but Ryder now. Ryder goes for a pick, doesn't really get much done. They're going to hold this mid, and they're going to have an advantage. They could push onto this fourth point, and they could do something. It looks like they're going to do that with the crits. They actually get Omrish, but the point is capped by the red team, so this isn't really ideal, to be honest. Jackie Legs is really on the flank right now. He's just going to do whatever he wants and shoot the ground and get a free demo pick, but he ends up going down in the end of it. A lot of people dying for his team as well.
Sorex and X-Ray, and it's only Bar left alive, sitting on that last point. Omrish comes up, but Animate eSports will definitely take the second point, and it looks like they're going to try and roll straight into last. 60% on the crits Krieg as well, so if this push goes on for too long, they have that, but it doesn't look like it will do. XL gets forced off the point, Bar gets forced off the point, Sorex gets the clutch defense, and it's Nucky here. The other Nucky goes down. Winko trying to fight against Sorex, but Sorex gets both scouts on Animate eSports.
He was going big,
big hold from Sorex.
I was watching from his POV as well. His aim was very good there. He just turned around and just ruined that scout that was going to get on the point and killed pretty much everyone he needed to. That was him, effectively. They all stood on the point. Not really that much work done from everyone else. Good damage in the first place, but he did the cleanup that really saved them that round, to be honest. Yeah, they're going to look to push out now a little bit and see what they can get from people that are being aggressive, but they don't really have that much room to do much. The only thing they're going to really be able to do is get a pick onto the Roma, but their Roma goes down as well to a sniper. I'm actually going to watch Nucky right now, because he's going to be sniper.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to see what he does.
And he's gone fairly big so far over the course of this match, so I don't think it's unlikely to me that anyone's going to peek through that door, judging by the outlines that we have. Obviously, Nucky doesn't have those.
Oh, does he?
Who knows?
He's really defensive, though. He's not really in a position where he's going to get anything at all done. They're critsing in, and they're going to get a demo man and a scout, which is really, really nice. But they would have ideally wanted something from the combo. I mean, by something from the combo being the medic. But now there's no position from the red team either, and I don't know, that was a bit weird. They rotated because of the crits, I suppose. No one really went that aggressive onto them as the crits, and that just gave them all the room they needed. Like, what you don't want as a crits when you're playing with a crits, you don't want them to bomb onto you immediately as soon as the crits happens, because then not only are you going to have to do damage to yourself to kill them, but also it's just more difficult.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that at all. They just gave them.
I'm on the Sparadra cam this mid.
Okay,
he's being forced to play very passive. Oh yeah, Nucky is sniping. Nothing coming out of him so far. And Saloon.tf have much better positioning, but Nucky with the headshot onto Bar. Absolutely massive.
Gonna get one on the scout as well.
And yeah, another pick onto X-Ray. Sniper to mid, I guess, not such a bad tactic after all. And that's basically won the mid for his team.
That was really sad. I was watching him, and he missed a couple of shots on Bar, and then Bar just decided to completely stand still. And it was like, oh, okay, then I'll just pick a medic then, no problem. And then the scout that went for him on the left basically just walked over the little balcony bit in a straight line with no dodging in any way, just holding down his D key and his W, and it was the easiest headshot of his life. He's going to get a headshot onto the sniper as well when he walks in, and he's just going to be a massive pain in the ass, honestly, for the red team now, because that sniper over there is only 10 HP on the floor right now. He's going to get healed up now, so it's not that bad as long as this team keeps this position up. And if they get on this this sniper, they're going to get him. And they actually do as well. They get him. They lose Omrish for it. It's not the end of the world, though, because that sniper really did need to go down. And now
and Fragmented goes down in the aftermath of that as well. So overall, a very favourable trade for Saloon.
And now Sorex is going to be the problem for the blue team. It's going to be the exact flip side of the original. And then now the Scout's going to try his absolute best to dodge. And he manages it. That was good from him.
He's having no more of what happened in the past. He's done with that. I just watched back the headshot onto Bar on stream. It was quite something. So both teams down a scout, but a massive Uber advantage in favour of Saloon.tf, sitting on their second point. So they're going to start walking into mid now. It looks like coming through that lower shed area. It's an interesting choice of push. Sorex with the pick onto Sparrow, which is going to make this push a lot easier, and Nookie as well.
God damn!
Grimy as
nice.
anything.
That was nice,
Grimy
especially the demo
anything.
one. I mean, a sniper pick as a sniper really isn't the greatest thing in the universe, but it was important nevertheless. And a nice headshot! Oh!
Onto Ryder, shutting him down completely. A nice 3k from Sorex.
Sick, honestly. That was really good from him.
Giving his team an entry frag, a frag during the fight, and a cleanup frag as well. Playing every role in the team. Nookie takes down Omrish and has a sightline onto Bar. Bar just standing in that choke, spamming arrows at the sniper. Sitting in that forward spawn. Sorex takes down Fragmented though, going absolutely huge on Sniper right now. And Sparadra as well. Jesus Christ, this man will not stop.
Send this guy Prestige invite, Christ. Oh, wait, no, that's me. I'm gonna do that.
And a complete wipe for Animate eSports. Although Bar was also down for Saloon.tf, which is going to mean that they wouldn't have the Uber advantage that they would like in this scenario. But they have got that second point, and not all that much time left. It must be said to take back 4 rounds. But you know, we'll see what they can do. They might be able to take back at least 1 here.
I feel really
Sorex
sorry
spawning
for Sorex.
Spy.
I feel sorry for him because he's had some really, really good games, honestly. It's unfortunate that his team is kind of getting flattened, honestly. They do get around out of it, so it's not the worst map, I guess, and he's done work. I'm going to watch him anyway on the Spy, and if his sniper's anything to go by, he's a pretty good off-classer, I think, so he's going to go on the left side. Pretty much no one
I've
seems to
heard
have
good
noticed
things
that.
about him on Spy.
He's gonna just hold on the right side. He has a cloak and dagger as well, so he can pretty much do this for as long as he wants. If his team plays this right, he could even backcap or go for a medic pick while no one's really paying attention. But he is getting focused, yeah. But some really good picks.
Fragmented goes down though. Good coordination, playing off the distraction on that spy play. Jackyleg's coming in and getting 2 picks, but his team is wiped.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Everyone jumped on the point, I think, and everyone pretty much died, including Fragmented, I think. I didn't actually see where he died, but it was just an easy pick for the... Dawson, like, he gets headshot and then stops and then walks off. It wasn't even like he was already in the air. He walked off after that.
And that's time.
He had a choice. He didn't have to walk off and die. He just decided to.
No, he definitely needed to.
Oh,
definitely needed to.
I'm not the expert, so... No. But yeah, that was well played to both teams. That was an enjoyable watch, I think. Well played, especially to Sorex at the end of that. That was enjoyable to watch.
I'm gonna get the logs up for that as well. Take a quick look at those. So just load those up into this view. So top kills. Oh no, this is I think the log from the last game. Here we go. This is the one. So top kills this game, in fact, going to Jackylegs. 1 more than Sparadra with 31 over 30, but Sparadra and Torsen both with 30 kills apiece. Top damage going again to Sparadra, 9,307 at 318 per minute, and 9,232 for Torsen. So both damage classes on Animate eSports going absolutely massive. Let's see. Let's take a look at some other statistics. Medic stats. Not as much of a disparity in Uber charges used this time. Only 2 fewer Medigun charges and 3 fewer crits charges on Bar, as opposed to like the 5 fewer Medigun charges and 4 fewer crits charges last game. Heal percents looking a little more balanced on the Animate team as well. Sparadran not getting quite as much as he did in the past. Let's see. Damage per minute, Sparadra obviously still at the top. Um,
They,
Cat.
I think they switched Jackie Legs off to not roaming. Because what I noticed as well, Omrish was actually bombing in quite a lot, and not only that, but he actually went sniper at one point. It seems, according to the log anyway. And Jackie Legs was playing. I mean, there were moments where he was being pretty roamery, honestly, but there were also a lot less compared to last map. So did they switch him? Did they think last map went like they needed Jackie Legs to be on pocket and they put him on? It looks like it to me.
Potentially. I mean, well, obviously Omrish was still
He was still running
still
the shotgun, yeah.
still playing pocket, but I mean, take a look at the heals percentages. Omrish still got 35%, but Jackie Legs only getting 16%. So
They played it kind of weird, honestly. There were loads of moments where they would send in Omrish instead of Jackie, and they would end up with Jackie like standing with the medic quite often or walking in with the medic, and I noticed that, and I think that's what got him a lot of the frags that he got, and rather than the typical Roma KD that you get where you have like a lot of deaths as well. And I mean, don't get me wrong, he did have like a relative amount of deaths, but he also had 31 frags, and you don't really get that on a Roma, or you especially don't get 8.6k damage on a Roma.
Yeah.
That doesn't get a lot of heals, and yeah, he got relatively quite a bit of heals, and he wasn't exactly building, so I think they just switched their play around, and obviously it kind of worked in the sense that they got one more round compared to last time, but yeah.
Take a look at the all-important cap point statistic as well. Winco topping the leaderboard there with 16, topping the leaderboard both games. So the real MVP is, of course, Winco. It looks like we're gonna get Jackie Legs and Omrish in for a brief interview, which would be absolutely fantastic. So just waiting on them to come through. But yeah, I mean, losing team, of course, but we'll talk to them anyway, I guess, if we have to.